Since it's 6 o'clock, we'll start the Board of Selectmen's meeting. Today is June 17th. And present, Selectwoman Pacheco, Selectman Baumgartner, myself, Paul Sadik, Richard Brown, and Allie Gall. And the first thing, we'll let the reporter sit down and get adjusted here. Maybe he'll do a big story tonight.
They're all big in Freetown.
Yeah. How many mosquitoes do we have?
Right?
All right, we have a couple of presentations, so we get up.
In the right place.
The first certificate of appreciation is going to Cheryl Donahue for 24 years of dedicated service to the library. I can assure you, she managed that library, especially when certain people came in. We had to be quiet, couldn't take too many pieces of candy. But she's going to be missed. Although she says she's not going to come back.
Yeah, well.
You never know.
Right?
Are you going to come back and take books out?
For my grandson, I probably will, yeah.
One candy. So, 24 years.
Change, baby.
Thank you.
Did they have to pull you in here to get you?
I
have a lie.
I knew it. I knew it. And we also have a certificate of appreciation for Patricia Andre, who has spent many, many hours working at the Council on Aging, volunteering at the Council on Aging, and we just want to show our appreciation to everything that you've done for the town, for the Council on Aging, and to keep Barbara on the track.
I was just going to say, and Rosemary. to keep
And
them both
Rosemary,
out of
right.
trouble.
Barbara and Rosemary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so, so much.
Thank you so much. Hold that in frame so you can, it's a good picture. It is.
For Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a request for the senior center. We'd like to conduct our meetings during the summer at the senior center. Is that okay? Barbara?
What night do you want to choose?
Usually every other Monday, but we'll send you the schedule.
Occasionally on Monday.
Because I believe that we might possibly be staying open on Wednesday nights.
We'll make sure we don't schedule anything for Wednesday night. How's that? But it would be nice because this place isn't air conditioned. I know you are. You mind? Thank you. All right.
I just want to say, I mean, this is such a nice thing to do, and we don't get the opportunity to do it all that well, but that often, and that well, because he makes a mistake.
What she's
But
talking about is
really-
there were two certificates the last time. I signed one and they gave the recipient the other one, and everybody said, hey, dummy, what do you mean? I signed the one they gave me, then they switched it.
But really, our volunteers and the people that work for us in town are really the fabric of this town, and we don't do it enough, and I just really want to thank you. I really mean it.
Really and truly,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you. And Cheryl, we'll miss you at the library.
I miss you guys, yeah.
I will, even though I've been only with for 5 years. I'm going to miss it.
Only 5 years? 5 years is a long time.
Was that,
It really seemed like yesterday.
is that enough time to train you? Did she have enough time to train you? Huh? You did a good job, Cheryl, training her. All right, so what do we have
I
next?
still got one more week, so I'll let you have extra candy.
Okay.
This week.
Any highlights going on from the COA or the library that you want to talk about while cameras here, things that are coming up during the summer maybe?
We do have the two cookouts, which is the second Thursday of the month. I'm not sure which one that the Kwanzaa Air National Guard will be there. They've already told me they will be there, but they didn't say which one.
Okay.
So that's usually a big,
I looked at the calendar, the senior calendar, and if you're a senior, you can get the newsletter by email, which saves a lot of paper and you get it pretty quick. But I was looking at the calendar, I missed the ice cream today.
it was good.
Ice cream social. I gotta put that on my calendar on Mondays.
And
You could
the
qualify.
first Tuesday in
Thank you.
August, we're having a program at 7 o'clock at night. It's sponsored by a group in Bedford. It's about identity theft.
Oh, that's good.
When is that gonna be?
This first Tuesday in August at 7 o'clock.
Good.
That's good, maybe we should promote that at the senior center
I have
too,
both
because,
kinds of brochures.
okay,
I
good,
just
that's
haven't handed them
awesome.
out.
because Sometimes I feel that they're taking advantage of more than we understand or know. All right.
Now, does anybody in the community want to speak to the selectmen? That's the next thing that we do at a meeting. Okay, nobody.
Go Bruins?
How's old Dick though?
All right, so the next thing on the agenda tonight is a dog hearing. Let's see if we have anybody here.
Yes, I am.
Over here. Is Mr. Prizio here? Mr. Prizio is not here. He was duly notified? You missed the best part. We had certificates tonight, Jeff.
You might want to talk to them. Yeah. While they're here.
Cheryl Bellevue
Before she sneaks out.
Before she sneaks out the back door.
and Patricia Andre. Okay, Cheryl is retiring after 24 years. And Patricia has dedicated many, many days and months working at the Council on Aging. And it was important for the town to show our appreciation for everything that both of them have done for the town of Freetown. They're pretty fast.
No, I can't do that. I'm still two
I'll
fingers.
practice.
But you don't know
I
whether
try.
it's accurate or not.
The stars, today.
Well, most of it's not.
The stylus, I can't get used to using that. The stylus, it's so hard. I'm like this.
Mr. Custodian, we're going to give 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Prizio to show up. Okay? You want to skip what we're doing and go to the next, for 5 minutes?
Sure.
And move on?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Barbara's husband. And happy birthday on camera.
Before it gets a hold of you. He wants to
Just
talk.
gonna want to talk to
Sure he does. I'm sure he wants to talk to both of you. All right. The next thing, we'll run 5 minutes, is that acceptable? All right, the next thing on the agenda is ambulance fee abatements for November 2012 and May 2013.
Make a motion to approve the abatements for both November 2012 and May 2013.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Okay. See if I can organize myself here. Next thing on the agenda is approve and sign the UMass Torch Relay from UMass Dartmouth for June 30th, 2013. That one goes through Freetown. It has been approved by the fire chief, the chief of police.
Highway surveyor and myself, the signature's not on your copy.
All right.
And it mostly is on Bullock Road, Slab Ridge, Locust. And that's when it leaves us.
But it looks like it's all on a local
Yeah, they passed through here, yeah.
And what it is, it's part of a relay team, so it's not gonna be like everybody all at the same time, so. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to approve the relay race, torch relay from UMass Dartmouth. What's your wishes?
We made a
Motion made and
motion.
seconded, yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye also. Unanimous. Good. I want to comment on the triathlon that occurred on Saturday. It was pretty well organized, and I didn't see people picking up any cups that were thrown on the side of the road. And then after that, they had a big rider van, and with 3 people in it, and they were going around scouting everything and getting out and picking
Perfect.
things up, so
That's awesome.
it was very clean. All right, the next thing, the East Freetown Congregational Church is requesting the board to use the Council on Aging, like they did the last 2 years, for their annual barbecue in July.
Do you know what the date is on that? July what? Do we know?
We don't know.
Just so we can have it on TV, but we'll,
Do you know what the date is, by any chance?
They didn't give us a date, there's gonna
All
be
right.
2 in July.
I know it's on a Saturday.
is it the 12th, like around the second Saturday in July maybe? Because the first one's, fourth, like
First
around
one's
the
the
4th.
6th.
Huh?
The first Saturday's the 6th.
Right, so I bet it's the second or the third one, but
Yeah,
we'll
I
have
don't
to get
think
a
it's July
date.
4th weekend.
No, it's
No,
not July
no,
4th.
definitely not. All
But-
right, we should get a date,
Yeah.
so we can have it up on our billboard.
On the billboard, yes,
Yeah.
because it's really a good time. It's been going on for years. They used to hold it where Dunkin' Donuts is now in East Freetown, in Pine Grove, but that's gone, so they started holding it at the Senior Center. And it's really a good time, good meal.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, no one's opposed, so ordered. We also have a request from Michael Coley, doing business as M&M Novelties from 250 Cherry Street, Fall River, for a hawker peddler's license for July 3rd, commencing at 5 o'clock, that is second, commencing at 5 p.m. to sell balloons, novelties, and annual fireworks celebrations. Selling is permitted outside of Hathaway Park only. And no silly string is a stipulation in the license. We also have a second one from William L. Frank, doing business as Candy Plus. Same thing, hawkers and peddlers on July 3rd, 2013, commencing at 5 p.m. And with the same requirement, selling permitted outside of Hathaway Park, and the stipulation is no silly string.
What's Silly Street?
That's, what is silly string?
Yeah.
That's that stuff that you
They
spray.
spray out of, it's like
Oh,
cheese whiz.
let me just bring it in and show them at our next meeting.
It's like the spray stuff?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
Sticks to
Yeah, really, it's
every-
like cheese whiz, but more
Oh my
annoying.
God, I love that stuff. Do.
Cheese whiz or
No,
silly string?
silly string.
Okay, and the license is only good from July 3rd at 5 p.m. through July 5th. What is your pleasure?
Motion to approve both licenses?
Motion made,
And second with discussion,
go ahead.
and that they shouldn't interfere with the business of Asona Inn that's still, you know what I mean, blocking the parking lots or anything else
sidewalk,
like that.
yeah.
So just as long as they know, and if they need to park there, they should ask permission to do so beforehand. Because that business is still open during that night.
Yeah.
And it's kind of busy over there.
It's pretty, the police department kind of controls that area too, very well, so
Yeah.
that's a good, very good point.
Yeah.
All right, so, should we take a vote?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? No. All right, the next thing, let's see if we can sneak one more thing through before we get to the public hearing. And this here is a request to Maury Avenue. This is another request by NSTAR for Maury Avenue they didn't show the address, but I actually know who it is.
Craig Mello?
No, she's Kathy Talbot.
The street number, the nearest number is 3, Paul.
Okay. All right. 3 Maury? Okay. So anyway, they want to put in the gas line.
From the curb to the house?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to approve. Anybody here from Roy? No.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. No one opposed. So what are we going to do, Lisa?
I don't know. I didn't expect.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this happen before, so
Well,
I don't know what the protocol is. I have no idea.
they were notified.
I sent him certified mail, he returned the
They
letter.
returned it.
With the time?
When did he?
No, with
With the time?
the time of the
Yes.
of the hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Does it say if,
My suggestion is that you're not going to be in a public hearing, but you want Mr. Custodio to address the board and outline his concerns.
Okay. I think it's silent on that, Lisa.
And then we would just continue the hearing to another date.
That would be probably.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no
No,
stipulation that I can see in the law for it.
that was not envisioned.
No. Mr. Custodio?
Yes.
We're not going to open the public hearing, but we're going to allow you to speak. If you want to address the board, that's your prerogative. And we're going to have to, Lisa will have to make a contact with Mr. Custodio, find out what the story is. We'll give him one more shot. And then we'll make our own call. Okay? You want to address the board?
Yes, I've been doing this for almost a year, and there's really no accountability. I know we discussed this back in January. There's no consequences to, you may order him to do something, but there's no consequence if he doesn't do it. So if there's no accountability and no consequence, I don't think the problem can ever be resolved. I know there's other people. I found out today there's one more person they're just suffering in silence. I'll probably have to bring them out in the open, but they may not want to get involved. I just don't want to, I don't know what to do with this.
It happens every day?
It's not every day, but the dogs are out every night.
No,
And
we
they
had
bark
that.
3 times a night.
We
They
had
can bark once a
suggested
night.
that- We had suggested that the dogs go in at 10 o'clock.
The dogs only went in the first 3 weeks, and they have not gone in ever since. So they haven't gone back in. They haven't gone inside since February.
They've been
We're
outside.
in June, in the middle
They've
of
been
June.
outside every night?
Every night and every day. I don't see them from where I am, but I hear them barking, so they're outside. And I know he's not taking them in one night out of the week. After about 3 weeks, he didn't take them in anymore. And I complained to the police many times. They told me they couldn't do anything about it. So I just don't know where to turn.
Have you still been complaining here even lately?
Lately, I stopped complaining to the police because they told me there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, why call? I mean, I've called many times.
You said there's another individual that's...
Well, there's one across the street that complained to my son today that they're starting to get fed up with it too.
They're across the street from you?
From
or
me, yeah,
Mr.
from me.
Custodio?
Yeah, from me. And I know there's other neighbors there. There's one across the street from them, there's one next door. You know, all I have to do is go talk to them, but they're in very close proximity to them. I don't know if they want to get involved. But I'm not the only one. I'm probably the only one that's complaining. But there's other people suffering in silence, I know that.
Well, I guess what we're gonna have to do is research where we go from here, because he didn't show up. And we may have to call another public hearing, which we will do, and maybe, and if he doesn't show, maybe we can make a call.
My point is, you know, we can have all the hearings we want. The problem is if there's no accountability, and there's, you know, and there's no punishment for bad behavior, what are we doing? We're not accomplishing anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just, you know, if
Do you have a copy of the current law that regulates?
No.
Maybe, do you have a copy that you can give me?
You can have mine. I have one.
Because you can print out another one, right? You might want to read this over. And it's a new law, but it's an updated law, I should say.
Okay.
And it's not a town law, this is a state law.
Okay.
And this is what we have to operate under.
Okay.
Okay? And I guess what we'll do is, will you make a contact with Mr. Frizio
Oh,
tomorrow?
yeah, certainly.
Find out what the story is here?
Yeah.
All right?
Well, now he not only has 2 dogs, he has, the female gave birth to 3 pups, which are there now too.
The puppies should be gone.
They were there well, my son tells me they were there a couple of nights ago, unless they were gone after
He
that.
physically saw them?
He says they were on the porch. And my son's been home from Afghanistan for 5 days, so I've been out of town for 2 weeks. I just got in last night. He's the one that told me the pups were there, because I never told him they were pups. Yesterday he told me, he says, do you know you've got 3 pups in there too.
I was under the understanding that they were gone, so I have to
Okay,
check
well,
on that.
maybe they were in the last couple of days, I don't know.
No, this was.
a
yeah,
while ago.
Previously.
Oh, then, no.
When's
My
our
son
next-
said he's seen him in the past.
When's our next meeting, Charlie?
July 17th,
No,
July
gotta
what?
look at that
15th,
calendar.
15th.
July
15th,
15th?
I think.
Yeah, we have another meeting,
We have
it's a
something
day
else
meeting
on that.
on the 10th. We have a meeting on the 10th, but that's a day meeting.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to continue this meeting to July 15th. And if Mr. Prizio is not in attendance, then we will proceed without him.
Second that.
Okay, motion made and seconded to we'll contact him, set another meeting for July 15th. And if Mr. Fraser doesn't show, then we'll proceed in with the public hearing and we'll make a decision. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Mr. Custodio, in the
Yes.
meantime, I would review, for your own benefit, I would review
Okay,
the law.
sure.
And really, even though calling the police department may not get you the end result that you want at this time, if you could just keep a log maybe, a personal log.
I started the personal log before I left on vacation.
Like every time you want to go
For
call
all
the
the
police,
time.
then maybe you just don't and just kind of.
Yeah, I did. I keep track of the times, you know,
That would be helpful.
for the first 2 weeks of,
Okay.
the end of the 2 weeks of last month, and
Good point, Lisa. The thing is, when you do call the police station, it all gets recorded.
yes,
So we
I
can
know,
go
but
back, we
you
can go
know.
back and look and see. And we.
I could do that. It's just that, you know, they've already told me there's nothing we can do. It's almost like, they never told me not to call.
Right, they wouldn't say
But-
that.
No, they wouldn't, and they did not, but, you know, once somebody tells me there's nothing they can do about it, it's pretty much telling me, you know, don't bother calling me anymore, we can't do a thing about it. Not that they've said it, but
No.
the interpretation, you know, that we might interpret that as, I can't do anything about it, why are you calling?
But it does document the call and gets a non-involved party to make an observation.
Although I don't want to tie up our police department in
Well,
dispatch. I understand what you're saying, but if you could just keep a log
I can keep a
and
log,
maybe
there's
just
no
call
question.
on
I
those
just,
times that you're up to
Right.
here. Okay.
Also, I just want to say the other person, because I cannot get anybody.
Well, the problem is, you know, you may think that I'm the one that calls the cops on anything. The other day, had a raving fire there, and someone else called the fire department.
Right,
So they've
other
been
people have
calling
called on other issues.
on other issues, but I've heard today that the dog issue is, some other people are
Okay,
complaining.
if they could
But-
call, they can remain
Well,
anonymous, they don't have to give their name.
I'll make it a point, okay, to let them know.
Because then it's
But,
been, I have no
It
recourse
may sound
if
like
it's
I'm the only
nobody.
one.
It does
you
sound
know,
like you're the only one.
But
So,
I don't think I am, I just think they're suffering quietly.
Well, you know, if you know people that are suffering,
Yeah.
like you are, then you ought to have them call us.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Because right now, when you look back, you're the only one making.
Yes, it was, yeah. And, you know, I mean, I can either make the calls or I can suffer quietly, I just refuse to suffer quietly. But, like I said, it's been almost a year.
See you on July 15th.
I'm getting tired.
See you on July
Okay.
15th, I don't blame you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Perhaps in another building, though.
Another
Oh, yeah, it
building?
might be at the
We
same.
might be at the Council on Aging rather than here.
All
on
right,
July
yeah, just
15th.
let me know where. And I'll be there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll read it. Thank you.
All right, sir, thank you. All right, Lisa, thank you very much.
Thank you
You can,
for your time. And you can check on those pups tomorrow.
mhm.
All right,
My wife said no.
I thought she was the one who wanted a dog.
She doesn't want one that sheds.
Ah, well, if it looks like a Labradoodle, it won't, it's fur. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
the
collar.
Labradoodle
Fur.
won't.
But the collie might.
Yeah, but if it comes out as a Labradoodle,
I'll work on it tonight.
when they deliver,
All
they
right,
send her a
that's too
picture.
much information.
do we need to put this on, do you have?
And then we'll talk
do you
about
want
the
people to, you can mention it right now, if you want people to adopt some puppies.
They're not born yet, so I don't even know how many there
Oh,
are. I
okay.
just know that the dog is pregnant.
Okay, I figured you'd have the opportunity to get.
They'll
get
be
it on
here in
TV.
July, I'll know how many in
Okay.
July.
That's right, you can put that on.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is to discuss the status of committees and boards. And I asked to put this on the agenda, everybody should have, I don't know, if we all got a copy of this email at one point in time.
Yeah.
Ally. And there's a number of boards and committees that haven't met. We had the town clerk look back in 2012 fiscal year, and in 2013, she wasn't able to get to 13 because of her workload. But if you look down the list, there's some committees that never meet. Affordable housing, I don't even know what that committee is about.
Some of them we can get rid of.
Okay,
Some of them, I think we have to keep in order to meet Serped.
so, but, cable committee, we certainly need to meet.
And so maybe we should just go down the list and see. I don't know, I think the affordable housing, because you have to have a certain criteria, certain threshold in town, you might have to keep that, I'm not sure. So I'll just say, I think affordable housing should be looked at, maybe contact Serped about that. I think we all agree how important, after we just went through this cable thing, the cable committee is. What do you guys think?
Yes, the cable committee is,
Yeah.
especially with what we found out, and we have some
Right.
funding that we have to deal with.
60
I think
grand.
that's also a
Yeah.
requirement. of the-
Capital improvement, no, because that would come from, well, first of all, we're doing a feasibility study, but second of all, that would come from the department heads, not necessarily from,
From, it says
Okay.
one number, we should just cancel that and have the department heads do it.
right.
Okay, so that one's out, right? Economic development, ergonomic development.
Right. I think it's supposed to be economic development, and I think that that's going to be important.
Yeah, well, is that supposed to be economic development or ergonomic development?
I've never heard of ergonomic development committee.
Ergonomics.
I would say it was economic,
Economic development,
because that would go beyond silly.
Yeah.
silly string. Emergency management and emergency preparedness. Do we know what the difference is?
No, the committee that I believe we need to maintain by law is the Local Emergency Planning Committee, the LEPC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So emergency management and emergency preparedness.
Bye-bye.
We don't need those, because we meet as staff when we need to discuss those issues.
So those are out?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Mhm.
Freetown bylaw.
Well, we were gonna start looking, I don't know where this committee came from, but we were gonna start looking over our bylaws, but I don't necessarily think we need a committee for that either. I
No,
think
no.
it's just Richard and Lee were gonna start working on personnel, so,
So that's
Yeah.
out. Freetown Green Team.
no, we're all done with that.
Thank you. Housing Authority, we have to have, that's an elected.
Yep.
Library Planning.
Well, do they still have that money, and are they still looking into, I mean, that's, I couldn't say, let's get rid of it, because it's not ours, it's the library, so you might want to check with them.
Yeah, but we have to appoint it.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Okay,
it may
so-
be important to them
All right,
still,
so we need to check on that. All right. Local Emergency Planning Committee.
Yeah, that we
Yes,
have to have.
That's what we have to have, right?
Right.
Yes.
Master Plan Committee.
Master and open space, I check with Serpent to make sure that, to see if we have to have that in order to get the grants.
So we have our representative from Serpent sitting right next to us.
I'll check with them.
Okay. Park Commission.
We don't have a Parks Commission anymore.
Okay, that's out. Safety Committee.
No, safety committee would be part of the union,
So that's out of here then.
right?
South Main Street Corridor Study.
I would check with the planning board to see if we still need to keep that.
Tax Incremental Finance Board,
That would,
we.
Yes.
Taxation Relief Committee.
no, that was Howland, that was during the Howland days.
That woman, is that the one that
When they put the little box on the thing.
we still have that? Little box?
Yeah, but I don't think we need a committee. We're not getting rid of it, we're keeping it.
No, I think that
The
committee is the
divide,
people
makes the allocation.
that makes they make the allocations, because the
But
treasury,
they haven't met, so,
they didn't have any money to allocate.
okay.
So we should keep that one, I
Right.
think. Okay. So anything that has an O is out. Okay. All right.
So, just let me understand this. Affordable housing committees in, cable committees in, housing authorities in, question mark, and library planning.
Yeah, economic development, I thought we're keeping too.
Economic Development, we got to keep.
Yeah.
Affordable Housing Committee, we got to check on.
Yeah, we're going to check on that.
Library Planning, we're checking on. Master Plan Committee, Open Space Committee, we're checking on that. And we're checking with the South Main Street Corridor Study with the planning board. All right. So now we got to be careful when we go through the,
Well, I'm gonna have, we'll talk about that.
okay. All right. So when we go through to,
Yeah,
we'll have to know what we're doing.
I would just check with the insurance company on the safety committee. I think Meyer is what triggered that safety committee.
We have a safety committee.
Each department does, but I think they have one just for the whole town. where-
that would be hard, well, that's.
That has been superseded by another one that has been put into a document that we all agree to.
Okay.
All right, and then the next thing on the agenda is to...
We're okay.
What?
I was just telling you earlier.
Next thing on the agenda is to sign the Serpent agreement for Two County Road. Two County Road is the old Freetown screw, and we received a grant to do a feasibility study for that property. The grant was $6,500. That's in addition to, was it $460,000?
No, we received two grants. One was for $450,000 to do the demolition, $15,000 to do the marketing. This was approved at town meeting a couple weeks ago to do the administrative support for administering those grants.
So we just need to take a vote and sign this, right?
Right. I guess we just need to sign it because it's been approved by town meeting.
Okay, so it's in the purple folder? Okay, so I don't have to sign it now. Very good.
Make a motion to sign.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? No. Okay, that takes care of that. Now, Board of Health.
Just a pond update. There's not really, thankfully, there hasn't been a lot of rain lately, so we're still monitoring it. I talked to Senator Rodrick's and Representative Schmidt over the weekend. They were going from the open house that we're having to go and take a look at the ponds as well. So hopefully the weather will cooperate, but definitely something we have to continue to monitor. Like I said before, it wasn't to get everybody all crazy and anxious. It was just that we can't forget and let this go and just worry about it when it starts to rain. There was a study done, and I think that we need to make sure that we put pressure upon the state and the federal government to allocate those funds to move that study forward and do the necessary work so we're not always back at the same point. That's that.
Okay. Now,
And, oh, can I just say, I
Yes,
just want to
keep
thank
on
the
going.
Herald News and the Standard Times for doing stories on that. It really helped out a lot. So thank you.
Lisa kept her fingers crossed and it stopped raining.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because it was pretty high. All right, I guess the guy that has the most work tonight is Mr. Baumgartner
3 pages.
with the Personnel Board material.
Okay, we have some requests for changes of status and actually moving position from one position to another. First on the list, we have a letter from Chief Abbott. Our current dispatch supervisor is being retired, so they went through the interview process. And you have copies of that here. And in the chief's letter, he's recommending that the board appoint candidate Deborah J. Suter to the position of dispatch supervisor effective July 1st.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? I got a motion to approve Chief Abbott's request to appoint Deborah Souza position staff dispatch supervisor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Deborah Souza's been appointed to the Board of Dispatch Supervisor effective July 1st.
And I'd like to make sure that we also, as part of that motion, send a letter to the other candidates and thanking them for their time to apply for the position.
Okay. Second?
Yeah.
Good. I seconded it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, let's get another letter from the chief to appoint a reserve police officer, which would be Thomas C. Ashley Jr. He's enclosed a change of status form for him, and he's going from auxiliary police to reserve officer step 1. So I make a motion that we approve the chief's request and appoint Thomas C. Ashley Jr. Reserve officer step 1.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Now we have to do this one.
We have to do this, which is second page. So we have, how do we do this now?
No, same thing. He just, do on July 1st, he would go from reserve step 1 to reserve
Okay.
step 2.
Also in the chief's letter, and it's part of it, on July 1st, 2013, Mr. Ashley would go from a reserve step 1 to reserve step 2. It's an increase in pay. So in accordance with Chief Abbott's request, I'd like a motion to approve this. Step from 1 to 2.
I'll make a motion to approve that step increase. That's a contractual increase.
And I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And, Okay. This next one is also a handful of change of statuses. This is also from Chief Abbott, and he respectfully requested the Board of Selectmen appoint the following individuals as part-time signal operators. The first is Timothy M. Dwyer, from signal operator trainee to signal operator trainee, part-time communications. It's a contractual rate increase from $13.02 an hour to $13.21 an hour.
All right, we'll have to do this, yeah, we'll have to do this in two separate sections. He made it confusing.
He did.
He did.
I was going to go to Lydia.
Well, the first one we have to do is because this one is for this, June
Okay.
17th.
That's the
So
appointment.
that's the appointment, and
Okay.
then after the July 1st one is the contractual increase. So first we have to appoint them. and
Okay.
then- So that's what, he put it out of order for you.
Okay.
So we'll yell at him
As if it's
tomorrow.
not tough enough.
Right, we'll yell at him tomorrow.
Okay.
Where is he?
Where is it?
I know, I thought he was.
So we're talking about the appointment,
Right.
first of Timothy M. Dwyer. And
And-
can we make a motion to appoint him, signal operator training?
I'm going to make a motion that we appoint both Lydia St. Laurent and Timothy M. Dwyer.
Part-time.
And I'll second that motion. You know, she's got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
That's why she knows how to keep
Well,
this
it's
thing
out of
moving.
order and it's very
It is.
confusing.
It
It
is.
is.
All in
So-
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's done. Now we have to go back and give them their contractual rate, right?
For July
Right,
1st.
so I'll make a motion to approve both Timothy M. Dwyer and Lydia St. Laurent for July 1st, 2013 contractual increase.
Second.
I'll second it. You can't second
All in favor?
Aye.
it. Aye.
All
Thank
opposed?
goodness.
You know what, I'm telling you, this is the worst part of it. After this, it's
Thanks
all,
for giving it to me.
it's all better.
That's why they stick the
It's
the
all
new guy.
better.
Okay.
That's why they stick the newest selectman with the, that's why we stick with personnel.
I'm gonna try to help you out
This
after
one,
on
wait,
this.
on this one, I'm just gonna make a suggestion on the whole list and just read your names like we did the other time.
Well, I'm gonna ask that
Okay.
some of these boards and commissions have had people that are listed as members but haven't been to a lot of meetings.
Right.
So my recommendation would be to appoint everybody that's not on a necessary board or committee. You follow me? And have, like, historical commission, there's been a lot of people that haven't been to the meetings, but yet they're in our appointment briefs. And I don't think we should be appointing anybody if they haven't been to the meetings. Same thing with conservation, you know what I mean? So I would ask that those boards look at their membership and those people that haven't been in a while, probably send them out a letter saying, do you still want to continue? And if not, then we're not wasting our time by all this unnecessary. That's what I'm thinking, I
But
don't know.
we're not to that point yet because we're not.
Right, but when we get there, I'm
Yeah.
going to save you some work.
All right.
All right. I also have the change of status report for Jacqueline Brown. Contract will increase from $46,500 to $48,230. Our agreement has been voted June 3rd at the annual town meeting. A motion to approve the change of status.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Done. Employee change of status book. Okay, these are all contractual things. Transfer station attendant, I'd like to read the names and then ask for a motion to approve them all. These are all contractual things, transfer station attendants, and this, first one is Victoria King. She's a transfer station attendant. The second one is Mark Audette. He's a custodial maintenance person at the town hall. The third one is Dana Bissett, assistant transfer station attendant. The third one is Susan Clark Giglio. She's a senior clerk at the building and health department. Next one is Joseph E. Correa, the fourth. He's the assistant board of health agent. Then next is Richard Saunders. He's a boat ramp assistant. And last but not least is Wayne Saunders. He's a boat ramp attendant assistant. These are all contract or wage increases. I'd like the motion, someone make a motion that we approve these contract step increases.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
With discussion. What is the boat ramp assistance? I've never seen this before,
No,
sorry.
every year.
And, really?
Yeah, they,
From Tiverton?
yeah,
Are they state?
no, they're town employees, that the same people have been doing it, you know, collecting the money on Saturday and Sunday
At the town boat.
at the town boat ramp. Yeah.
They
Never.
work on weekends, I guess.
Okay, good for them.
So the motion to
I've never
approve
seen
this, was it seconded?
Yeah, I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Done. Another employee change of status. These are from COA, and this is a contractual thing I think we approved at the annual town meeting. First one is Mr. John Pye Jr., he's a van driver at the COA. Second one is Ms. Judy Reese, also a van driver at the COA. Next one is Vincent D'Alibera, also a van driver at the COA. And Rosemary Haley, she's a senior clerk at the COA. And Barbara Place LaFleur, director of the COA. These are all contractual wages we approved. I'd like a motion
I make the motion.
I'll second.
to, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? COA 1 is
Barbara's
done.
with me.
I'm all confused.
It confused me too.
Okay. The next one I have is an employee change of status for the Board of Selectmen Administrative Assistant.
This is a toughie.
This is a toughie, right? So, as per our agreement, I'd like a motion to approve her change of status.
I'll make the motion.
I'll happily second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
This is
We
for our
happily passed the motion.
senior
Yeah, there we go.
administrative assistant that is absolutely great.
Well said. I have another employee change of status for the tree warden, Mr. Maurice Memorando. As per, I guess, the annual town meeting, we approved this also.
Make motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Tree warden is done. The following is a request to change of status. These are also contractual things for library personnel. The first is for Dorothy Stanley Ballard, the library director. The second is for Casey Pitsley, the library technician. Third is for, you're going to read that.
Althea.
Althea Brady, senior librarian.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Library is done. I have a request for employee change of status for Mr. Charles J. Macomber, our highway highway surveyor, the highway department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Macomber's done. Okay, I have a handful.
Fire.
Where's the chief when you need him? From the
Yeah,
fire
an
department. These
emergency.
are all,
We just got a call.
these are all contractual raises for the fire department. I'd like to read the names independently, and then we can vote on them in mass. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, there's some that are appointed though. There's some new,
Some
there's
new,
a couple of new employees.
Right.
Well,
Some new hires.
Some
Well,
new
not
hires.
new hires, but new, like,
okay,
changes.
when we get to them,
Change of
we'll
status.
just announce that they're new hires.
Sure.
Okay. The first one is Deborah Allard. She's a senior clerk. The second one is Graham L. Ashley,
Hired.
Good.
a new hire.
Yeah, probationary, yes.
Probationary call firefighter. The third is full-time lieutenant paramedic Harry Ashley. The next next one is full-time firefighter EMT1 Paul S. Ashley.
That's a promotion.
That's a promotion.
For lieutenant.
This next one is a new hire, probationary call firefighter Michael R. Banaco. Did I butcher that name, or
No.
somebody gave me? Okay.
No, that was Ally Kaufman.
No.
Oh, that was Paul
That was
giggling.
Paul Gibbons. The next one is Mr. Mark Brogan. He's a full-time firefighter / paramedic. The next one is Mr. Jeffrey J. Brown, full-time firefighter paramedic. The next one is Mr. Clifford Carden, full-time deputy fire chief. The next one is Nathan P. Gagnier, probation call firefighter, and a job call firefighter. I'm not sure if that's a new hire or not.
No, he got a merit increase because he finished his first
Okay.
year of probation.
Okay. Kyle J. Grenier, probationary call fire to call firefighter. It looks like the same thing, probation increase. Craig, oh, here's a good one, Brent. How do you pronounce that?
LaRue.
LaRue?
Mhm.
Thank you. Mr. Brent R. LaRue, he's call firefighter EMT1.
And that's a promotion.
That's a promotion. Neil, the next is Neil LaFleur, full-time lieutenant / paramedic. Contract for rate increase. Next is Nicholas Lacaille, full-time firefighter / paramedic. The next is Christopher Massey. This is a new hire, probationary call firefighter. Mr. Keith Mello, full-time firefighter / paramedic. Gary Sylvia, that's why he snuck up. Fire chief, promote, raise, so that's Mr. Gary Sylvia. And the last on my list is Mr. Andrew A. Westgate, and that's a new hire, probationary call firefighter.
Make a motion to approve as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
There's a game coming on.
Fire department's done. Oh, it's never mentioned.
Nope.
Have a change of status for the planning department, for Lauren Moreau, contractual thing. What's the motion to approve that?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Warren's done. I have a change of status for Veterans Agent Director from Mr. LeBlanc, granted at the annual town meeting.
Make motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. LeBlanc is done. We have some more employee change of status reports. One is for senior clerk from the Board of Assessors, Karen A. Rubito. And Assistant Assessor Karen M. Mello from the Board of Assessors.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? They're done. I also have two more from Karen Robitaille. One, they're both change of status. One is for the Conservation Commission and one is for the Soil Conservation Board because she splits her time. And I have a third one with her name on it for the Water Department. So I'd like to approve these and the Water Department because her contractor, Kevin Dismaris, is in the Water Department. So we can-
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Good. Hey, you know what, is that it? Maybe not.
No, you're still going.
Okay, I'd like the board to know that Marion Rylands has submitted her name for to be a member on the Council on Aging Board, been a resident of town for 37 years, attended many senior functions. It comes with a letter signed by the present COA board.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ms. Rollins is now part of the board. We have another letter from Mr. Kevin Dismaris to the Freetown Selectmen please accept this letter as my
No,
formal
no,
notice of
no.
resignation.
No, that's a letter from somebody else to Kevin. Kevin's not resigning. It's a different
Okay.
person.
The Freetown Selectmen / Kevin Dismaris, Chairman. Please accept this letter of my formal notice of resignation from the Freetown Conservation Commission effective June 10th, 2013. Volunteering my time on the board since 2007 has been an educational experience, and I appreciate the opportunity to work for the residents of town Freetown. Unfortunately, time restraints / commitments cannot allow me sufficient time to dedicate my efforts to the board any longer, I think you mean, but no longer works. Americo Corderio Jr., 6 Pierce Way, Freetown, Mass. So we'll accept his letter of resignation from the Conservation Commission.
I'll make a motion to accept his letter of resignation and to also thank him for his time of service.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Done.
You know,
Okay.
his
Now we're down to the appointments, and you were going to say it was 2 hours work.
I really think that we should ask each committee, maybe send an email to each committee and let them know, like, these are the people that are going to be appointed, and are they, or is there any member that has not been in attendance before we start appointing everybody to all these different committees?
And then if we cancel some of these,
Yeah, we need to go through there.
Yeah.
can we hold off on these appointments?
We're meeting at the 28th anyway, we can do it all right.
Right.
Meeting on the 28th.
We were planning on meeting on the 28th.
So you want to make a motion to send a letter to...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, so
So,
we can hold
so
off.
we'll send a letter to each of these, clean this up, like, sort of like get rid of the ones we're not going to do anymore.
Yeah.
And then send a letter to some of the boards and committees asking if there's anybody that shouldn't be on the board or whatever, I don't know.
That sounds good.
I was left off.
And then when we do this, you can just vote as reflected in this memo. You won't, you won't have to do all
Well,
of
you
them,
have this institutional knowledge.
because that would be
I could sit there by
ridiculous.
myself, the
Oh my
camera
God.
on the floor.
I would shoot myself too.
Okay, last on my list then, as we went through that, was to sign the contract for treasurer / tax collector Diane Wallace. Is everyone in agreement with her contract? And then it was at our special meeting, I thought we had reached agreement on it.
Did she sign it?
Yes.
She did? Oh,
No.
I didn't see it. All right, make a
I haven't
motion
seen
to
it.
approve.
Second.
Motion made, seconded to approve Ms. Wallace's contract. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ms. Wallace is now an employee.
So her name is Diane Wallace,
Diane Wallace.
and she's our new treasurer collector. Okay.
Related to that former Lord Wallace, former selectman in Somerset?
I don't know that.
What was that, Jeff?
I was wondering if she was related to Lauren Wallace, who was a selectman in Somerset. She is?
I think that's...
I believe it's her husband.
Her husband.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for the new guy, personnel board guy.
You did such a great job. All right, new business.
So how long do I have this job? Until you guys retire?
Until next election.
Next election. Okay, the dates of the upcoming Board of Selectmen's meeting, July 15th, July 29th, August 12th, August 26th, and September 9th. And they will be held at the Council on Aging at 6 o'clock in lieu of the school until we get back to the cooler weather and the schools are reopened. And the other thing on the agenda for us to contemplate is July 4th, the Friday after July 4th. So let me, yeah, no, it's July, I'm a wise guy. Hello? All right, July 5th.
Well, you missed ice cream today.
I know, that's what it is. I'm having an attack with no ice cream. July 5th, we've been asked to, by the employees, if we would allow them to take a vacation day in lieu of coming in for their half-day of attendance on July 5th. I got that correct, right?
Vacation or personal.
Yeah,
A vacation or a personal day, yes. So if the board finds that to be a reasonable request, then I would listen for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Just one question, is something we offer every employee, and it's something we've done in the past?
Yeah, it's something that we've done in the past, that and the Thanksgiving.
They
The
they
day
have-
of Thanksgiving, if they want to use a vacation
Or
day or
Christmas is
personal
on the
day and they have
Thursday.
time,
Right.
then that's fine.
If they don't, they have to come in.
If they don't, then they have to come in.
I second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. That's kind of painless. Now we're going to get to the real meat of the meeting. Old business.
Yeah, I have not heard back yet, and I am not happy camping.
Okay.
Let me just put that on the record.
Are you referring to the lack of ice cream here at the meeting tonight, or the lack of painting the library?
I sent a very pointed email, and you know, sometimes I can do that. So I sent one, and I CC'd the sheriff on it also.
And we still haven't got a response.
I sent that this afternoon,
Ooh.
because I have not heard.
Okay.
Who you just send it to? Whose responsibility?
Naomi Carney?
The second one on the old business is the town hall building repairs, update on the police department windows, town hall parking lot, fire department roof, highway barn septic. So I can tell you a couple of things that I know about. Peter, the police department, the big window at the front of the building where you couldn't see through because it was just smoke has been replaced. They're still working on the 3 or 4 windows within the police department that when you open them, the whole open pane falls into the police station. The fire department roof, there was a leak at the fire department roof that has been taken care of. Chief Sylvia told me that they put a cap on the chimney, and they repainted the stains on the roof, and that seems to have resolved the issue. I think the highway department septic system is out for bid.
We're expecting quotes on the 1st of July.
Okay. And as far as the town hall parking lot, I think Mr. Baumgartner can speak about this.
Well, my experience with parking lots that aren't paved, the last club I was president of, we had somebody slip and fall, in a hole and sued the club for $1.5 million. Just seems ridiculous for the worst road in town to be in back of the town hall and call it a parking. Somebody's going to get hurt in there, and another will end up costing us 10 times what it costs us to fix the parking lot. So whatever we got to do,
Yeah, let's
put
put
a
it
light
on
of
for,
fire on somebody to fix that
for
parking
town
lot,
meeting.
let's do it.
I think it's a danger that I think it's so dangerous in there. There's gigantic potholes, there's 2
Yeah.
big ones, that maybe we ought to be able to move on this with the finance committee right away. I mean, it's really bad.
yeah, the number would be about 35,000.
To do that
To
parking.
do the parking lot?
Yeah,
That's what Chuck said. 25 to do the parking lot, but if you don't do the drainage enhancement, you really are just patching it and causing a deterioration in the very short term.
Lang Road looks like a super highway compared to our parking lot.
It does.
can we
It does.
have,
Now, we can go in and patch the potholes and do that, but if you want to do a complete redo of the parking lot, it's about 35,000.
Can we make a contact with the finance committee and see if,
Move some money from the reserve fund.
See if we have money left.
yeah, I think they do. I mean, this
Okay.
is really a situation where it's pretty bad.
It is,
Really
it's terrible.
bad.
It's all right. The town hall needs a little work, but the parking lot's an embarrassment. That, like, you stepping out of your car in that parking lot, that's the stage is what you think of the town, you know?
Okay.
So, I'd like to move forward on it, and just, so it's something we're proud of, you know?
I just don't know if it's gonna, I don't know if it, we might have to wait till fall town meeting, and really, then it's gonna be too late. This is an issue right now.
That's why I think it's an emergency.
Do you, okay, unforeseen?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't this bad before the winter, let me tell you.
I don't think all this rain we've had lately has helped either.
No.
So,
I don't have an issue with fixing the parking lot at all. I just want to make sure we're following the, you know what I mean, the protocol of that. If it warrants a reserve request, then I'm okay with that.
Okay, we'll ask.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, discuss the employee handbook. What is the status of the employee handbook?
We discussed that, we decided we're going to actually do the bylaws first, given the personnel chair a copy of the bylaws, as well as the last changes that we made at the last year's town meeting, and we'll get together and start working on that. That's our thunderstorm.
Yeah, we had, did you get that in your email? That we're under
Thunderstorm watch.
yeah. I get all nervous, I do not like thunderstorms at all, so I'm gonna be like spewing words in a second and keep falling on the floor, because not good.
The safety committee? Not the same safety committee?
Not the
that
same
we
safety committee.
disbanded.
I'm going to poll you guys, get a date, and then we'll get the people in the union side to attend. We've been trying to schedule it, and they just said whatever date they'll make.
Yeah, I don't need to be there, just as long, I mean, so whatever date you guys want to meet is fine with me, I don't need to be there for the safety meeting, just as long as, you know, the things that we promised in the contract get followed through on with equipment, especially safety equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, can we step back to the employee handbook? I'm kind of confused. You said that we're going to handle the bylaw first?
We were going to look at the bylaw and then make any revisions if necessary to the bylaw, and then develop the handbook afterwards, because we didn't want to have the handbook that conflicted with the bylaw.
What are we going to change in the bylaw?
I don't know, but we thought we should look at that first.
Yeah, we talked about that. We all talked, we had a meeting upstairs, and when we had our selectmen's meeting, and we said that to bring it up to date.
Oh, a few positions.
Yeah, to bring it up to date. We're gonna lose power.
Is that what that means?
It might. Sounds
Okay.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
Okay, then the next thing,
Very close. Is that vodka in there?
Exactly, I'm arcade.
yeah, we're going to pass on that one. I wrote something else in here that just came to mind when I came in tonight, and that is, we just got our approval at the annual town meeting for a new software for our website. I would really like to have, I would like to have the board see their feelings on this, but I would like to have this ready to rock and roll, you know, just after July 1st.
I have,
we're working on it.
Yeah, I have a contract from Virtual Towns and Schools, and I'm ready to, if we are probably going to get together before our next meeting. I just want to go through all the terms to make sure they're
Okay.
consistent with the way we do business, and I'll have that to you.
Are they gonna come in and do a presentation to the board? Because I like to see what they're gonna offer, or do you,
Why don't I email you what they,
okay, then that's
Good idea.
perfect, yeah.
would you like to take my
No.
copy?
No,
Why don't you just email it to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
is that it on there?
Yeah, they have on the last page of this, they have a list of the things they offer.
Okay,
This-
and other websites to look at?
Yeah, this is a fairly popular website in the Commonwealth.
Okay, good, all right. perfect.
Now, will that give us the ability to have town
Email-
residents?
Email notifications,
Okay.
e-subscriber.
Okay, very good. So town residents will be able to register, we can keep them posted on certain
Yes.
things. Go ahead.
Under new, do we have new business on there, or something that maybe at our next meeting we could talk about? And we have a lot of people leaving, coming, going, and every time we do that, we have to change a key, and get a key from somebody. So I would like it if maybe the board would think about changing it to a security code or a key code, or something along those lines, so then that way everybody gets a passcode and you plug it in. That way you know who's coming and going.
We just did that at the postcard.
A couple of
Very,
years ago.
very successful.
I think it's a better
Very
way to go.
successful.
And then that way you're not changing keys and you're not changing, and if somebody leaves and takes their key, we have to change the locks and it gets expensive. So if maybe if you could, Richard, like look into that?
Well,
Yeah, I
What do you
wanted
think?
to look at it.
You make a few phone calls to the security people, because I did the research and the cost.
Okay, then, yeah, you and Richard should work on that then.
We pretty much ended up with one company, because because there was $10,000 differences between one prices and the other.
Yeah,
Just some things.
offline, let's discuss that, because
Yeah.
depending upon where even the lowest price is, that may trigger a public procurement process.
Sure.
according to-
Oh, good, that's perfect.
The
This is
beauty of
a-
this, the beauty of that system is not only can you, if someone leaves, you can just, on the computer, disconnect
Yeah.
the key. But you have, you know who came in and when they left,
Mhm.
it gives you,
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And
It's a great
access-
system as long as you don't let people, as long as people don't lend their cards out.
No, this isn't a card system, this is a key
No, it's a
fob
key
system.
fob.
Well, yeah.
Key fob.
Yeah, same.
But,
But
you're right, but who,
Yeah, but at that point, if they get caught doing that, it's a
They're
reason
gone.
for dismissal,
They're
so.
gone.
Yeah.
it's just
All
like
right,
you-
so maybe you guys could work on that, we could
Yeah.
have it at our
I'll
next
be
meeting.
happy to.
Perfect.
Yeah, the other thing we might want to consider is also when we do that, we might want to consider some procedures for the use of town hall, because basically we allow almost any group to come in and use it, and, you know, we've got access to a lot of information that we don't want compromised, so we
Sure.
should be thinking about that.
Okay,
The other thing about that key fob, you can have different locks and different doors, and only the people that need access to that room, their key fob will unlock that
Yeah.
door. So just the fact, we could have a main key fob to get in, and 4 or 5 inside the building.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you can adjust them, you know,
Exactly.
depending upon what that person is doing. You know, if he gets promoted, access can increase. If they transfer to another department, it can decrease.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I've used them in other buildings.
we had the same system at the federal building in Bedford when I was working. And depending on your level, you could get into the building 24 hours a day. Some people could only get in between 7 and 5.
One last point.
Yeah, so I had it in my police building, a couple of my police buildings, and I had card access, basically the same system, but a
I
different
just think it's a
great
better,
idea.
better way to do it, other than changing the keys and everything.
It's 2013, I got keys up before.
So I guess there's no reason to adjourn the meeting because it's raining so hard. It would be a bad hair day for you, Lisa. Should we keep going at this?
You do not want to stop.
All right.
Well, we have just
Oh,
these
oh, that's
three
right,
things
yes,
in
right.
here. I think the historical commission one, we can probably wait till our next, when we do the rest of the,
appointments.
appointments, but it seems like this is from Mass General Law. And I didn't know that before. So anyway, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that was their request to have an associate, right?
Right, but I guess they're saying that they already had an associate.
Yes. Yeah, that's what they're
So-
saying in their letter.
Right, and I never knew that. I thought that person was a regular member. And then they're citing Mass General Law, Chapter 40, which says that historical commission can do that.
Can we just do the appointment?
Yeah, we can. I'll make a motion to have Peter Irwin be the associate member of the Freetown Historical Commission.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Right, okay. So, Ally, all we have to do is we'll sign it. And, the funding rehabilitation plan for reunion. That's the same thing that we had to do with the police department, isn't it? This is,
What is
that's
NA?
the unit,
Acronyms?
the unit international union.
Laborers International.
Laborers
Laborers International Union.
What happened was, do you remember exactly the right wording for this?
The town, based on a recommendation of the bargaining units, allowed for a supplemental pension through this union. It was a pension that, and it's a small pension that the employee as well as the town makes contributions to. During the course of analyzing the solvency of pension funds, it was determined that this fund was not managed appropriately, so they had to go through a rehabilitation program. And as a result of that, we have been, it's been determined that we have to accept the rehabilitation plan for this particular
organization.
Activity.
Now, we've already gone through this with the police department, and now it's the communication people.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it. I don't,
Those are the,
how about the town hall employees in highway? They have the same plan, don't they? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either.
They don't? Okay. They have the same union.
same union, but they don't have this
the
plan.
Okay. All right, so I guess,
And it's a de minimis, the amount is not significant.
all right, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the preferred schedule as we did with the police department.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
This was confusing, isn't it?
This has been referred to our town attorney.
Okay,
Okay.
Good.
Because it
And
confused me also.
MassDOT, can you, would you be kind enough, Ally, to notify MassDOT of the, who addressed the letters to? Anyone, to the Board of Selectmen?
Yes.
Address them to the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything else?
Did anything fall out of my package somewhere, is this still something I need to talk
More
The-
information.
It's just informational that whenever Xfinity makes an adjustment in the board, they have to notify towns.
about? Okay.
And I'm gonna make the game,
Yeah, it doesn't start till 8, so if
Okay.
you want to hang around and talk a little bit longer, or are you okay?
it's up to you guys.
No.
You get enough tape? Yeah, you got enough. What do you think? Call it a night?
I'm going to get wet no matter what, I don't care.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Second,
All in favor?
Bye.
is this the famous group?